Hi everybody, this is David Lee. Welcome back to my channel. Well, if you haven't subscribed and liked, do that now so that you get all the great videos coming up in the future. But I have a car that has arrived, so I want to show you guys that. Now I always pair a watch with that car. So I have three here, and let's go through them and see which one does the best job for that, okay? First one here, we have the Omega Speedmaster. It's a chronograph, which is a stopwatch. It's connected to the Apollo flight, the space flight of NASA, because it is a manual watch. It's a winding watch, so that in space it would work, because a regular self-winding one would not work because there's no gravity. So that's a cool watch, right? Stainless steel with black, can't go wrong. Let's move to the next watch. That's a Chopard memorabilia. Now what I like about this watch is the strap has the holes that's perforated, like the seats and like the driving gloves. So that's very automotive themed. Also, the memorabilia is a traditional race in Italy that drives for over 1,000 miles in a vintage car that is 1958 or older. So really cool race. Chopard has been a sponsor since the beginning. Carl Friedrich, the owner, always is a racer in that as well. So that's really good tradition. Here we have the Excalibur Roger Dubuis, 42 millimeters. Canelo, the boxer watch. So there's a connection on that. That's a cool rose gold watch with the black, and the strap is black with yellow accents. So we have three great watches here. Which one will be the one that wins out to be the great pair with my new car? Well, let's see. Hi everybody, this is David Lee. Welcome back to my channel. Again, if you haven't subscribed or put notify, go ahead and do that below. But I want to share today about my new F8 Spider, and I want to compare that with my 488 Pista Spider. So let's go ahead and do that. They're both 3.9 liter twin turbo engines, V8 engines. So okay, both of them are 710 horsepower. The torque on the Pista is 548. And this one's 548. So everything seems to be equal out so far. The top speed, 211, they're saying. Okay, so equaling out. 0 to 62 miles per hour. This F8 is 2.9, and then the 488 is 2.85. Now, that is really nothing, right? That's a hundredth of a second. So it's relatively the same. The weight, of course, on the track version is 2,821 pounds and 2,932 on the regular production one. So that's the stats as far as the engine. So relatively the engine is about the same, but let's look at the features that are different. Okay, well, here we're starting to see the aerodynamic, the scoop where the wind comes through and over. So we have one like this with a carbon fiber insert. Here on the Pista, you got a more aggressive, still a bigger air intake pass-through to that, right? So there's definitely a difference there. You can see the front spoiler, of course, on the 488 is always very aggressive, and in the 488 version, this was the most aggressive. On the F8, for a regular production model, it's still pretty nice, but you can bet that the F8 Challenge Series track version is going to still be even more aggressive than that. See the front headlights, you got this new front headlights that is evolved to be more sleek and sharp like that on the F8. And you can see on the Pista here what is evolved from the 488. You have, still this long pointy headlight. Let's go and look at the wheels. Okay, so we have the 5-star wheels on the Pista, very nice. And then as far as if you compared it to the F8, you have this kind of offset 5-star. So there's the offset 5 stars. Now, as you go to the side intake area, this design very much looks like the 488. didn't look like it changed much. But let's go ahead and look at a 488 Pista intake. It is somewhat different, but does look from the outside similar. If we look at the back, which is dramatically different. So let's start with the 488 Pista Spider. You got the rear, which is very nice looking. You got the single round tail lights on there, and you have the diffusers, big exhaust, the side air ducts that come out. Okay, you have also the air that comes through here too. Okay, and that's on the Pista. Let's look at the F8. The F8 has a departure. Now you have two on each side, two round tail lights on each side. You don't have the air intake escape, or from the top and the bottom. Maybe it's going to come out in the track version. You still have the big two exhausts, and then you have the diffusers. A lot of people comment this is a very beautiful rear end design on the F8, but so that is definitely a departure there as well. Okay, so let's look at the interior on the 488 Pista. Here we see the steering wheel to start to have a line here introduced in this series. I know the F8 has it too. The steering wheel is a little different. This has a thicker feel to it, but we'll again see the difference there. Here's where all the control of the air condition is, buttons here, you know, all your monitors and things are in there. So that pretty much is, of course, this Pista, so it's all the Alcantara and the Mantanini controls here. So let's look at that. Now let's see what's the difference between the F8. All right, here, so we're in the F8 Spider right now. What are the noticeable similarity or difference? Here you have the steering wheel with the line. Although it looks like the 488, it is different. The feel is more narrow. The shape is actually smaller. You have the carbon fiber also is just a different, yeah. So this steering wheel is definitely designed differently. Launch control is also different. It's more sleek coming up. It's not as so much of a offset to the left. The controls are also different, as you can see. And here you have a tiny monitor to show the controls here. The information's all up in front here. A lot of the other location of things are about the same. So just a little different and from the 488. But here's the interior of the F8. All right, we're gonna go for a ride in this F8 Spider to really, of course, to understand the power. Let's take it off the automatic mode. Though the automatic mode is quite put on race mode, and let's see how good this baby can roll. Last time we took off from this stance up there when I was test driving the Roma, and Emmanuel was sitting next to me. I pushed it because it's a front engine V8, heavy in the front. The back started getting swervy. Luckily, I was able to straighten it out in the right way so that we continue to go straight, or else you really can get loose on that car. So we'll see how this one is, and it should be better. This is a mid-engine V8 twin turbo. Obviously, it should be okay. The steering, is nice. I do like this shape of the steering wheel, how the size is a little smaller. I think that's nice too. The sound, obviously the Pista has more of aggressive sound. This has the power, but it doesn't have the roar that the Pista has.